Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Deepak Patil, and in today's session we are going to learn about more about the services. So in last couple of video we already done how to import services in the controller, but today we will focus on this by just creating the some example. So to create some demo, let's first create some controller where we can do some examples. So how we can create the controller bin console. So we have a make controller service, and then this will create the template. Let's check that. So this will create the this created the class, controller class, and one template. Let's check that. Yeah, and when we hit the URL, we will see the what are the content in that template. Okay, so this is the basic controller that we created. Let's little bit change that, so we can add some our coding into it. Okay, so let's remove this, the service. Okay, so let's check about the, let's learn about the services. Okay, so basically services is nothing but a class in the Symfony, and those can be imported in any another class. So let's check the basic configuration. So we have a services dot configuration. So these are the settings, default setting. So auto is equal to true, so automatically inject dependency in your services, and then automatically register your services as a commands event or commands and in event subscriber. Then okay, so this is the entry. So everything under the package app, and then place src, everything whatever we can create in the src will be create as a service. So these are the basic setting we have already in the services.yml, but exclude these. So whatever the file kernel.php is not a service. Whatever the file we will add in the entity, those are not services, and also dependency injection, those are not services. So excluding this, everything we create in the src can be used as a services. So this is the basic setting. So let's try to create our first service. So let's take an example, and then using that service we will extend that example. So I'm going to create a simple service class. Okay, we have a class here, we have already service folder. Okay, then I'm going to create a simple service like a message service. Okay, so let's create that a message service message. Okay, so this service will be, okay, so let's create this. So it's a simple service, message service, that will be written some message randomly. We will create some code that return some messages randomly. So this should be the app. Okay, so it's a package where it belong to, then it's simple class. Right now there is no any parameter needed in the service. So public function get message. So let's create a simple service that just return any random message. Okay, so let's create some array. So message list equal to some array. We can also deal with the database. So right now we are going to just create some demo. So to make it quickly, we will create some random message. Okay, dear user, welcome to my channel. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Hi. So see, I have created some So I just create some random message like that. Okay, and we will return the one of the random message. Okay, so how we can do that? Return dollar message list of any random message. So let's see, 0 to count of message list -1. Okay, so I just create a simple service because we have a configuration here. Everything within the src folder is considered as a service. This class is under the service package under the src. So this is a simple service I have created. So the use of this service is just return me a random message. Okay, so let's test this service and check what will be happen when we call it. So how we can import that? So yeah, because we can import that here. Okay, so first of all let's import this service. Okay, so how we can do that? Use app service and then message. Okay, I just make it something like that, and then we can add this variable like a message. Okay, what I did, just import this service in the controller. So first we created a simple service, then we are going to learn how to import that service in the, how to inject that service in the controller. So what I'm going to do is just message any message text. Okay, so let's get it from the service, get message. Okay, and we will send that message to the UI. Okay, this is how we can send message to the UI. Let's check that, but before that we have to print the message. So let's do. Okay, so here I'm going to print that message. So let's check what will be printed here. Hi Deepak Patil, welcome to my channel. See, this is another message. So that service is randomly pick upping the message when we request. Let's go. So it's randomly pick up something. So this is how. So I'm going to use the default. Okay, so if that message is not provided, then that will just print the default text. Okay, so this is how we create the service, simple service, and inject that service into the controller. Now next topic is how we can import a service into another service. So before that, let's import the service that is inject in the controller that is already exists service. So yeah, there is a command. We can see all the services here like that. Okay, that is a strange. It's not strange because sometimes that container is not printing all the content. There is a multiple line. So these are the services here we can import or inject in our class. So let's check the log. So when I check, we have a logger related services. Okay, so let's use the logger. Okay, I'm going to use that in our project. So this is some existing service that we are going to use in our controller. Okay, so yeah, as we know what is the use of this service is log some data into the log file. So what I'm going to do is logger.debug and debug something like that. Yeah, this is my style, so I can easily find out my log where it debug from, where it's printed. So it's a class name and function. So message that pickup, we can print that also in the log file. So what is important over here? The important is 10 minus 8. Okay, let's continue on the okay, tail minus f where log dev. This is how we can see the logs over here. Okay, so when I refresh, let's check what will happen. Okay, so if we see here, let's find out what way if our message is printed or not. Okay, so look like, yeah, so this is the line. Okay, you can see that debug, because we debug the message, we use the debug service class dot function is the message, and hi, I'm Deepak Patil, welcome to my channel. The message is pickup. So this is how we can import any existing service into the controller by just import that here, by just inject that in the inject that as a function parameter. Okay, now next we have a user defined service. Now let's understand if I can import this function, this service into my user defined services. So okay, so let's do that. Okay, so we have wait logger interface $logger. Okay, so I just import that something like that, and let's check that. I know it. Yeah, so let's, because I have just configured my computer with the PHP version, so let's do something like that. Okay, wow, it's not printed over here. Okay, let's do the data. Which kind of variable is that? Okay, so import this logger and then assign that. So let's assign it all of these of logger equal to logger. So what I did, I just import inject a existing service in my user defined service. So is we are just looking example to import one service into the another service. Okay, so let's check that, and I am going to little bit change here, so we can see the changes, and pickupping messages are pickupping the whatever the message we are pickupping, that will be print here. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to make this as a number index, which message is going to pick up, and then do message. Okay, and then that message like that index. So I little bit change the code, and then we can debug that here. Okay, this of logger of debug. Okay, so as per my rule, this is my rule, not necessary you will follow that, but this rule, believe me, the creating of the project is not a big deal, but when we maintain the project and when any issue or outage on the server, so this kind of convention that I strictly use, it's helped me to find out the issue. Okay, so this is the message. So message service pickup message. Okay, so let's print that message. Okay, and then return it. So let's check if this information is print or not on the console. So I just refresh the page. Okay, so we have this message of pickup over here. Let's check that. So there are two debug messages. This is the message that is printed in the message service, and when we return it, it's also printed over the controller. So this is the way we can import one service into the another service. So the logger service that we import is a built-in service in the Symfony that we import in the controller as well as the services. Now this is my user defined service. Okay, let's check how we can import user defined service into the another service. So I am going to create another service to demonstrate. So let's create the class. notification. Okay, notification constructor required, yes. So this class is same as a message class. Okay, this is same as a message class, but what we are going to do is we are testing to import a existing user defined service into the another user defined service. So I'm just going to create the message service over here. I'm just want to import that message service over here. So what kind of the uh, service is type of the message. Okay, so it's very simple. Let's make a controller that, yeah, I like something like that, because normally we import the multiple services, so that will be very easy to manage like that. Okay, so it's my practice, I always do this. So message equal to message. So this is how I import my message to here, and then I'm going to create a simple function. Okay, send notification. Okay, so this send notification function will not return anything. Okay, but just send a message randomly. Okay, so consider something like that. What I'm going to do is dollar get message equal to piece of message get message. Okay, message content, and then we have code over here, code to send message by SMS or email or any channel by API. Okay, so this is how we send the message. So consider we created a new service, it's a user defined service. We inject the any user defined service into it. So we have created a notification service and we inject the message service. So when we use the message service, but we know there are also some existing services already used into it. Okay, so let's check and then verify if our, okay, so to test on the UI, let's return this content. Okay, and then print that content over the UI. So okay, we have to use it service and then notification. Yeah, I know what is wrong here. Add notification. Okay, so let's import it. Instead of message, I import it here or here, and then just trigger it. Okay, and notification. So I'm going to remove this and let's check that. So what will be happen? That message should return, and yeah, it's working. So that message is coming from the notification, but it's not coming from the but in the notification it's came from the message. And what is printed in the log file? So we can see that message.get message service pick up the message and then send. So we learn two examples. First, create a simple service. We learn how to inject that service in the controller. Okay, second, we inject the more than one services in the controller. Third, we inject the user defined service into the custom service. Okay, and then we learn about creating the one service and inject the another created service. Now we can inject here multiple services. For example, okay, private dollar logger. Let's inject that logger also here. Okay, so it's a logger interface. Okay, so we can inject user defined as well as the system services. So this is how we can do that. Okay, dollar equal to log, and then we can log something like that, logger debug. So my convention is notification dot send notification. Okay, then notification send successfully. Okay, it's just log that will be printed. Let's check that. Yeah, it's let's check that. Okay, so we have a random message, and wait, uh-oh, is lots. Okay, so let's do here minus f, we have log div. Okay, so let's check that and we refresh. Okay, I just refresh it, and then we have a message that printed from the message service, and we have another message that printed from the notification service. So basically it's very easy to add the service into another service, into a user defined service, or into custom service. Okay, so this is very easy. Now sometime what happens, for example, we have a requirement upload. So upload is a service that upload the file, but that service requires some parameter from us. Okay, for example, that require the upload path. So what I'm going to do is, so this notification service is also sending the file. Okay, and we can do something like that, upload path. Okay, so this is the user defined variable that we will use into the service, and notification send service successfully, and I'll send successfully from path. Okay, all of this off. Okay, basically we have to define that first. Okay, so what kind of path is this thing? Okay, okay, so I just see the I just create a new parameter to the service constructor, and we want to send this path from the some configuration. So we have to do something like that. So this is our services. Okay, so we can create our entry here. Okay, so app. Okay, first of all app service, and then notification. So this is my service. Okay, and then I have to send the arguments. Okay, I have to send the arguments like that. So I just make sure there is no any, and then we can send something like that. Okay, so this is how. Okay, this is how we can pass the value. So let's use the upload path. Okay. My way path will be upload. Let's try to run this. Okay, it's running, but we have to check that if our path is okay. It's not working. Let's check that. Means variable name equal to, yeah, app service notification means variable name equal to value, because value should be double quote. Okay, let's check that. Okay, path. Oh, if we do something like that, because forget to add this path, and this should work. Actually this should work. Let's try to make this very easy so we can also see that on the UI. Just contain to some space and also attach the this of path. Sometime we have to debug. Okay, so I'm not sure why it's not working. It should work. First we define something like that. Okay, so this is how we can pass that, but I'm not sure why it's not working. That should be work because we have auto write equal to true. Okay, write true. I think I should add some description in the description where we can find this. Okay, right now we are recording the video, so let's check that this is the way. Okay, public, I guess public equal to true, no? So this is the way. Yeah, you can learn that. So let me check, and I will reply with the what is the issue, because we are still checking the, we have to still check the next point. Okay, so this is the thing that we can use. Now next is parameter. So normally we have to define some parameter. Okay, so this is the email key. Yeah, we are going to send the email, and we need a email over here. Okay, from email. So for that we have to add the parameter. So those should be the parameter RIME bag interface. Okay, parameter, and then we have to also define that over here, private parameter. Okay, it's very simple. Do that. Then let's define the type also, so we can use the annotation. Okay, and here I need a API key that we can okay. So let's do that. Get parameter get. Okay, I have to just pass the, so whatever the parameter we define over under the parameter tag, that should be written by, that should be written something like that. So okay, API key use, let's debug that. Okay, so we use API key to use to send notification. Let's check that. Okay, so it's easy. Here over here we can see the key printed. So this is how we can read the parameter. So normally this is the thing that normally we required in the project. So we can also get the uploaded path as a parameter. So let's define that. Okay, upload path. Okay, so let's check, let's do something like that. So this is also correct way to define that. So my upload path will be home user download. Okay, here I am going to download it. So let's read that. Okay, same path. Okay, equal to this of parameter bag and get it from parameter bag. with the name that we use there. Let's print it something like that. Upload path is okay. Let's try to run it. Yeah, so this is our path. So this is how we can work with the services. Why we do this today? Because in the couple of next video we are going to use the lots of custom services. Okay, so let's conclude the today's session. What we learn how to create a simple service. So this is the simple service that we created. Okay, second point, how to import that service into the controller. Third point, how to inject the existing service in the controller. Another point, how to inject the existing services into the custom services. Third point, how to inject the custom services into the another custom services, as well as how to inject the multiple existing services into the custom services, plus how to deal with the more than one services. That can be the system services, or that can be the custom services, plus how we learn how to use the parameter bag. Okay, so using the parameter bag, we can get the any parameter that we configure in the YML file. We can also learn the auto write parameter, but I'm not sure why it's not learning. It's just some kind of setting. I will be check and reply in another video, and reply in the comment or in the description. Thank you. So if you want more video from me, then subscribe my channel, and for notification please click on the bell icon, so you will be notified when I will upload the new video. Thank you.